Okay, here we go. Moment of truth, here we go. Oh my god. So one of my favorite things to do here on this channel is to feature vintage puzzles that have never been seen on the internet before. Welcome to the internet, honey. You'll love it. It's a great place here. So basically, I've been researching this puzzle company, Nordevco, and as part of my research, I was making a spreadsheet of every puzzle they ever released, and to do that, I went through every single Worth Point listing, and then buried deep into the archives of Worth Point. I felt like the puzzling Indiana Jones. I found this holographic puzzle that I didn't know existed, and I was like, oh my god, a vintage holographic puzzle that I didn't know about? Where did this come from? Unfortunately, in this listing, there was just one really bad photo, not a ton of information. So I added it to the list and I was like, I'll keep an eye out, you know, it doesn't exist anywhere else on the internet. And then, literally just like weeks later, I got a message from a viewer named Carolyn who was like, I have some vintage puzzles you might be interested in. And she sent me beautiful, high quality photos of this exact puzzle. And so we worked it out. I paid her a whole lot of money. And now I have it and I can open it up for all of you. When we were messaging, Carolyn was like, I cannot bring myself to open the shrink wrap, so I'm gonna sell it to you and then you can open the shrink wrap. So let's take a look. For the first time on the internet, this is Go to Pieces with the ultimate jigsaw puzzle. Warning, insanity may occur a few minutes after starting this puzzle. I have genuinely no doubt. I think the insanity is deciding to do this puzzle in the first place. The sides are pretty standard. We really don't get a lot of new information. All that we get is the address, which they put on pretty much all their boxes, a barcode, a style, like an ID number. Nothing new on this side, and then just the same warning here on this side. And there is nothing on the back. All right, this is the moment. Oh, people are gonna be so mad at me for opening the shrink wrap, but how else will I solve this puzzle? Like, these just don't exist, okay? No going back now. Ah! Oh my gosh, it's even more beautiful without the shrink wrap on it. I can't believe I just did that. All right, and now it's time for the second moment of truth. What is inside? Okay, here we go. Moment of truth, here we go. What could possibly be? Oh, I see pieces. I'm starting to see pieces. And okay, it's a bag of pieces. A little anticlimactic. There's nothing else in here, just a bag of pieces. But, okay, thank God. Oh my, the pieces are random cut. That's gonna make it so much easier. It's not gonna be a million false fits of pieces that are all the same shape. I am so happy right now. I'm so happy. Okay, let me take a breath and then I'll show you. So here's what we've got. If we look at these pieces, the cut actually looks fairly familiar to me. And that's because Nordevco, as far as I understand it, and so these pieces look like eaten puzzle pieces. Okay, now that we've opened this up, and this is going to be a much easier puzzle than it theoretically could have been, let me tell you about a way to learn math and science in an easier way than you may have learned them before. How was that for a connection? So today's video is sponsored by Brilliant. Something that I'm always going to promote on this channel is learning and education, and Brilliant is the best place to learn math, data science, and computer science interactively. So maybe you're a student, maybe you're just interested in the world around you, but either way, Brilliant is a super fun way to learn. The lessons range all the way from basic algebra up to data analysis, AI, neural networks, algorithms. And if you have kids on summer break right now, I think that Brilliant is a great way to keep their minds active. When I was a kid, to keep me learning over the summer, my mom would make me do an hour of SAT prep every single day, out of those giant books. Oh my God, it was so boring. But Brilliant is completely interactive. It feels like you're playing a game, but you're learning at the same time. You can go completely at your own pace, and it works on your phone, computer, and tablet. So you can work your way through the lessons anywhere. So if you want to try it, there's about a month of summer left, and what do you know? You can get a 30-day free trial. So you can try 30 days of Brilliant completely free at brilliant.org/KarenPuzzles, and the first 200 of you are gonna get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. So all of that info is gonna be down below, but right now, let's get back to the puzzle. Oh wow, these pieces are so beautiful. I'm having so many flashbacks to the Springbok Prismagic puzzle. I'm gonna pull that one out and do a full comparison once I've solved this one. So just like you would expect from the box, there's no picture on here. It's literally just this holographic square texture. So it's basically a solid color puzzle. There's nothing to go on. The pieces feel like pretty good quality, not quite Springbok thickness, but pretty solid, and yeah, I think this will be doable. So let me do some sorting and then I'll share what I think my strategy is gonna be. Oh wow, look at all that puzzle dust. You can really see it on this black background that I put down. All right, so I'm about 50 minutes into it, and it's definitely looking a little overwhelming. But trust me, there is a method to this madness. So up here I have this shape of piece. They're all facing the same way. Then we've got a bunch of castle pieces. There's only 2 each of the 4 ins and 4 outs. Down here I have these guys with the squares on both sides. Over here I have the smallest puzzle pieces. Up here I have all of the standard puzzle pieces. And then everything in the middle is miscellaneous. And it actually overflowed over here, so as I get these put in place, I can move these onto the board. But I got the edge completely done. I had no false fits. Luckily, this is the kind of puzzle where you know for a fact when you get a piece in the right spot. And these are definitely wacky, wacky pieces. Like, look at how giant this guy is. There's also a ton of pieces where they split the connector in the middle, so these don't go together, but you can see how when you put them next to each other, it forms a usual puzzle piece connector. So I also turned off all the lights, number 1, because it's gonna be very hot in here this afternoon, and the lights just make it warmer and warmer. But also, this is great timing because with this puzzle specifically, it's easier to see the colors in the holographic pattern without all the bright lights. When you have the bright lights on, it just basically washes out the entire design. But without them, you can really see the rainbow colors come through, which does not help at all when putting it together, because as I said, it's basically a solid colored puzzle, but it'll look better on camera and it'll look prettier to me here in person. So it's almost 1 p.m. right now. I have all afternoon to just sit here and power through and listen to all my podcasts. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Oh my gosh, I just worked on that for 4.5 hours straight. I'm up to 5 hours and 27 minutes, but I have to stop. Number 1, it is getting dark, especially without all the lights on. And number 2, I'm just so tired. I don't think I've put in a single piece for like the last 20 minutes. But the reason I just did a time lapse of all of that is because this is the most boring part of the puzzle. It just goes so slowly at the beginning because there are so many pieces to choose from. But I think this is a solid effort for day 1. Even though it might not look like it, I think I can finish it tomorrow. So, okay, I don't know. I'll tell you more tomorrow. I'm so tired now. This took everything out of me. All right, it is day 2 of the holographic puzzle. But before I get started today, I just want to see something. So these are the 2 eaten puzzles that I've already done. This is Puzzle Plus, and then we have Halley's Comet. And oh my god. That is the exact same cut. That's the same puzzle cut. They definitely flipped it because this is the front of the puzzle and this is the back of the puzzle, but like, just follow along. Look at that. It's the exact same cut. And so this means I don't have to solve this puzzle properly, I can just follow along. I have a cheat sheet. Everyone always asks why I keep my puzzles together in the box. This is why. So, oh my gosh, am I actually gonna do it? I mean, I already put 5.5 hours into it. I kind of want to know what my final time is just on my own. Do I really want to cheat now that I'm already halfway into it? Well, okay, I think I'm gonna, let's see, it is 8:44 a.m. right now. I'm gonna see how much I can get done by noon. If I'm really not making a lot of progress at that point, I may cheat a little, but this is just good to know that I have a backup. So let's do it for real for another couple hours, and we'll see. Oh wait, and just so that we get the full picture, it looks like the Halley's Comet puzzle is also the exact same puzzle cut. I wonder if they only had one puzzle cut. Okay, this one piece I cheated on when I was looking at those puzzles. I was so stuck on this piece last night that I just glanced at what I should be looking for. Okay, wait, I just made another discovery. I started noticing this yesterday, but I needed to get enough done so that I could pinpoint exactly where it is. So there's actually a line running all the way across. You have to get it like just the right angle to see it. Do you see it right there? Running all the way across the puzzle here. And then there's also one coming down here. You can see it again right there. I hope that's picking up on camera. And then it looks like there's also one right here. So basically, anytime I see a puzzle piece that has a line like that in it, I know that it's gonna be on one of those axes. All right, I'm at just about 8 hours. It's about 11:30. So I definitely think I will go ahead and finish this without looking at my cheat sheets. I still haven't put in this big chunky guy, but I have put in some of the big pieces. It's always so extra satisfying. Oh man, I can't believe I actually did this. The very last piece, and I'm done. That was a lot. So that took me just under 10 hours. And I mean, now that I've conquered the ultimate jigsaw puzzle, we can all just go home, right? We just go ahead and wrap up this channel now.
Let me add a little bit of spice.
Oh no, disaster. I was trying to do the pickup challenge in the dark, and now I'm gonna have to rebuild this entire side of the puzzle. Oh my god, what was I doing this whole time? This is how I should have been doing the puzzle. If anyone else ever finds one of these, do it at night. Oh my god, this is so much better. Okay, is that puzzle not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? You can see how in bright light it just kind of looks gray, but then at night it's like a disco ball. All the colors come out. It's so beautiful. So just to be sure, I pulled out an additional 4 eaten puzzles because I wanted to know if they really do all have the same cut or not. And these are actually all different cuts from this holographic puzzle. I don't know for sure if they're different from each other. I'm gonna have to solve all of them and like make another spreadsheet. But I think it was just a coincidence that the first 2 that I pulled out were this exact cut. And then, as you saw, I also got out the Springbok Prismagic puzzle, so let's compare them. You can see how they're very similar to each other, both just this all-over holographic texture. I actually think the Springbok one is prettier during the day, because even in bright light, you really do see some of the colors coming through, but I think the Nordevco one was prettier at night. Also, the Springbok one had a little bit of a picture that you could follow in all of these hexagons, whereas the Nordevco one didn't have any of that besides these lines, which I think were a mistake. The Springbok one is also so solid. You can like throw this in the air and it's totally fine. The Nordevco one is definitely a lot looser. So I don't know which one came out first. I don't know the exact release date for either puzzle. I know they both came out in the 80s, but I cannot say who copied who or if the 2 companies just came to this idea independently. Like, who knows? I couldn't say. But fun fact, they're not the only ones that ever released a holographic puzzle. All right, I think this is all of them. Just a casual 9 holographic puzzles. So I did full videos about Prismagic and then the gold version of Prismagic. Literally so beautiful, I can't handle it. I've also talked a lot about the Frustrator, also by Eaton, which is this colorful design. I really wonder whether this puzzle directly led to this one, like what that process was like. Then we have the Silver Optic puzzle, which was released in 1970 by American Publishing Co. This one I have not solved yet, that's why all the pieces are loose, but you can see again, it's another just shiny silver design. And I believe I saw a second version of this one on WorthPoint. However, these are super rare, so I don't know if I'll ever get that one. Then we have the 3 flat puzzles, also by Nordevco, which I talked about in my haul video just a couple weeks ago. And finally, we have the Enchantment Jigsaw puzzle from Springbok, also known as the Magic Mirror puzzle. This one doesn't really count as holographic because there's no pattern on here, it's just shiny silver. But I don't know, I feel like it matches. I feel like these could go in the same category. Do you guys think this is the first time all of these holographic puzzles have ever all been in the same place at the same time? I would not be surprised. All right, so the reason why I was so surprised to see Eaton puzzle pieces in here is because even though Nordevco did re-release some Eaton puzzles under their own branding, they always seemed to keep the box design almost exactly the same. Whereas this one is completely different. This is a total outlier. Nordevco never released another puzzle that I've been able to find that had a box design anything like this. And there is no indication on here that this has anything to do with Eaton puzzles. I mean, they bought all of the Eaton equipment, so clearly they kept making puzzles that were exactly the same as the old Eaton puzzles. I'm just gonna have to do a lot more Nordevco puzzles to see if I can uncover all of the secret Eaton puzzles. So that's actually what I wanted to ask all of you. Is there something in your hobby where one item is secretly exactly the same as another item, but you wouldn't know unless you're like in the know and like really deep into that hobby? Like, I don't know, are there cheap knitting needles that are secretly exactly the same as like expensive knitting needles? So your code word for the comments, if you watched all the way to the end, will be ultimate. All right, that's all I've got. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.